Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Jasmine with Ethereal Pathways. I am a channel for the collective. I channel messages that I always have the intention that will assist the collective in their healing and personal development and ascension process, spiritual ascension process. And so I'm going to tap into the energy here in a moment, maybe take a few moments of silence and tap into what the messages are for the collective at this time, what you need to know to assist you on your healing and ascension journey. I've already cleansed the space with some Palo Santo, and I just ask that you, by the way, I'll never reach out to you for directly for a reading. I just want to let people know that. So if you ever see somebody impersonating me, reaching out to you for a reading, or just reaching out to you at all, I would never do that. Just know that. But take these messages, what messages or words of confirmation that I channel through, or signs and synchronicities that I channel through, only if they resonate. Just take the ones that resonates and leave what doesn't for somebody else, because there may be some messages for you, there may be some messages for somebody else. So again, just take what resonates for you and leave what doesn't for somebody else. And this is a timeless message, as all my channel messages are. It doesn't matter when I post it. Whenever you find it or come across it on your feed, is if you're pulled to it, then there's probably a message in here for you that you would need. So I don't believe in coincidences. So I'm just going to go ahead and tap into, take a few moments to meditate and tap into the messages at this time. I'm actually at the, wow, I didn't even get a moment here to meditate, but just as I'm closing my eyes, I'm seeing a tower in my mind's eye as resonating for somebody. So I'm going to write that down. And if you're not familiar with what the tower means in tarot, that is a divine intervention kind of moment, you know, basically things that the divine comes in and orchestrates to get your attention, to either end cycles, assist you in ending cycles, and or get your attention to change something that you're doing. That's something that's not for your highest aligned timeline. I'm having trouble talking tonight. I'm tongue-tied. I feel like somebody out there is tongue-tied. Might have a throat chakra thing. But that's what the tower means. It's basically the divine comes in. It's like a job loss, or, you know, something major usually. Sometimes it's just a realization of work that you need to do because, you know, a big blow up happened in a relationship, and, you know, you realize it's because of some of your toxic, you know, whatever patterns. I mean, it could be a number of different things, but that's what the tower is. So I'm just going to tap it and take a few moments here to see what else comes through that I might see in my mind's eye as signs of confirmation for the collective or messages that the collective needs to know at this time. I'm seeing a telephone, and I'm not talking about a cell phone. What I'm seeing is the old rotary type of phone with the little handset that sits on top, and you got the little numbers and you do the turn thing on it. So if you're of a certain age group, generation, you will know what I'm talking about. You've used those. So that's significant. And I think what I'm getting with that is you might be receiving a phone call or some form of communication from somebody. It might be coming in, incoming communication. And if you're a cross watcher of this message, however it turns out to be, you might be considering reaching out to somebody. And I just heard to make peace. So I just heard that. Let's see what else coming. What else, Spirit? I just saw a mallet in my mind's eye, and it was like a metal mallet, like a meat tenderizer. Okay, that's not a mallet, that's a meat tenderizer. Two different things, but you get the idea. It's like a pounding tool. And I'm not trying to be funny here. It's just, it's the message coming across to me. I don't know. It just was, Spirit was just talking to me. The way it was coming across was funny, because it's like Spirit's been trying to get somebody's attention, and it's like they're being tenderized. Like boom, they're getting hit, boom, 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 back to back to back. Like major tower moments is what I'm getting with that. To try to get their attention and break through that hard shell and break through the stubbornness. They're not getting it. Whatever the message is that the divine's trying to get to them, get their attention. I'm hearing you are a divine being. So that's for somebody. We all are divine beings. If you think about it, we're all created by the Creator, from the spark from the Creator. So that would be for everybody. But you need to know that, like some people need to know that and understand their power that they have within them to manifest their own reality. We are too often, raised to believe that we have a lack of power and it lies outside of us. When we co-create with the Creator, we co-manifest with the Creator, and with our thoughts, actions, words, and intentions, and that is not outside of us, that's within us. And I think it's a reality shift happening here. You're being asked to do a reality shift, whoever this is for. I just heard seasons of change. You may be in a season of change at this time in your life. Like with the changing of the season, we're coming from spring into summer. And it's that shift. It's like I don't know, I just saw, like, in my mind's eye, the understanding that with the shift of going into the summer solstice now, you're shifting your reality, in a way. And, well, you are shifting your reality by making different choices, changing your mindset, making changes in your life, removing people that no longer resonate as being, where you're at. You don't agree with them and you're not vibrationally aligned anymore. Because you're ascending to a higher timeline and you're shifting your reality. And so with this changing of the season into the summer solstice, I'm seeing in my mind's eye a shift of reality for some people out there. That's what we're actually all co-creating that together as a collective. At this time, there's going to be some, just a lot of changes that are going to be coming into our lives and, individually and as a collective over the next several months I'm getting. So, season of change. What else, Spirit? There's a message to be mindful of your words. I think this came out in the reading that, for, what was this, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Be mindful of your words and what you're speaking, and not just your words, but your thoughts and words, okay? Try to catch negative thinking and speaking about yourself or others, and stop it and before it starts, or stop it. You're being asked to change those mindsets and those patterns right now, Spirit. I just heard job opportunity. This incoming communication could be, from someone wanting to apologize and make some peace, but also it could be for a job opportunity. So take it as it resonates. Different things for different people. I just heard preacher as a sign of confirmation. Her mysterious. And I just heard settling very clear. Somebody's been settling in a relationship. Hold on, this is not just relationship. this is like, in general, like some people with jobs, with money, and some people with relationships. So again, take it as it resonates. But you're being asked to look where you're settling in your life. Look where you're settling for lower wages, a toxic environment, you know, whatever, and or, you know, in a relationship for less than what you deserve and what you know you deserve. So you're being called to look at that right now and try to make some changes. You know, obviously you have free will. GMC truck came through. I'm actually seeing like a black Chevy Tahoe too. As being significant. GMC truck. That's a red truck. Just heard forest. Or they need to know, spirit. I'm really drawn to this opalite stone out of nowhere. So you might be called to work with opalite crystal right now. I just heard gun range. And buck. Roundhouse. Somebody doing some, what is that, karate or? Spirit. Signs of confirmation or messages that need to come through for the collective at this time for this message. I'm seeing a catamaran. Isn't that it's like a sailboat with outriggers, two outriggers, and then the main boat in the middle? I think that's called a catamaran. Spirit. Sable. Again, take it what resonates for you, leave what doesn't for somebody else. Just heard the name Katie. Miller. Chance. Valerie. Collaboration. Partnership. You may be, the job opportunity could also be a collaboration. Oh, did you guys hear that thunder? Can y'all hear that? Ooh, that came out of nowhere. The job opportunity that, you know, I spoke of earlier could be a collaboration or partnership opportunity as well. So again, take it as it resonates. I really think that's a sign right there. That just was shown to me right there. The thunder is a sign. So I'm now in my mind's eye seeing the Tower card in the tarot with the lightning and then like clouds, and then I'm like seeing thunder as being a part of that card. So I guess that goes with the Tower moment, or Tower moments that came out earlier. Of course, I'm hearing that song. You know, I Imagine Dragons. Thunder, feel the thunder. Yeah. I just heard stealing. I just heard somebody's been stealing your content. So maybe that's strange that I was guided to say that statement at the beginning because I've never said that before. So I feel like somebody is a content creator, or maybe, you know, you're a tarot reader or spiritualist, and somebody's been stealing your content. Maybe that's a sign of confirmation. But yeah, so somebody's guilty of like stealing from you. Whitney came out. Marcus. What does the collective need to know at this time, Spirit? 66 came out. Maybe seeing the number 66. 612. Maybe seeing that number synchronicity, or June 12th may be significant. I'm seeing a raccoon in my mind's eye. You can look up the spiritual meaning of a raccoon. Now, I just heard wearing a mask. Somebody's been guilty of wearing a mask that you've been dealing with, or take it as it resonates. I feel like you called them out on it. Seeing the stag. I'm seeing, yeah, it's a male deer. It's a stag. Again, you can look up the spiritual meaning of a stag as well. Maybe resonate for you. I'm seeing somebody work on a truck. Like, and I'm seeing this, now I'm seeing like a gray truck, like a dark gray with, looks like all-terrain tires, or I don't know if these are mud tires or all-terrain tires, but it's a little bit higher off the ground, not super high. It doesn't have a high lift kit, but it's like, you know, it's got some all-terrain tires or mud tires on it. Maybe significant for somebody. I just saw STL. I think that's the airport abbreviation for St. Louis. Or, you know, for the city of St. Louis. But yeah. Travel may be significant. Maybe you want to travel, or you're planning to travel somewhere soon. Seeing somebody riding on horseback in the mountains. All spirit. What the collective need to know at this time. I'm asking for clarification. I just heard two different things. So I saw a sword, and then I heard Michael. So Archangel Michael, flaming sword of truth. Archangel Michael may be assisting you at this time. I'm seeing like a golden or like an orange flame or fire. I just heard popsicle. Sometimes I hear the most random things. Again, we take what resonates for you, because some of these may be for other people. And again, it doesn't matter when you're watching this. Why are we here? Okay. Some of you may have recently broke a karmic cycle or contract, soul contract with somebody, or something like a job, location, or something. Some of you may be experiencing decreasing finances right now, and you may be struggling with that. That is part of a tower moment that somebody's going through right now. Again, take what resonates. But that's part of ending some of these karmic cycles and karmic soul contracts. I don't like the negative connotation that the word karmic is given a lot in the spiritual community. It's just about lessons. That's all it's about. It doesn't mean these people are mean or terrible or You know what I mean? It just means that those are soul lessons you both had a soul contract with in this incarnation to teach each other, help each other grow. You've given each other the opportunity to grow and learn from each other. And you had a soul contract to do that. And when that lesson is learned, you know, you have free will choice to, you know, either stay in that, you know, relationship that has ended and the lesson has been learned and prolong it, and then the divine will sometimes step in and cause tower moment and make you let go of it, like kind of force it out of your life to try to help you move on and move forward. Because, you know, we get stuck in our comfort zones, especially if there's a lot of finances involved, like in a collaboration or partnership with a spouse or something, you have a business together, that is something very significantly can reduce your income and cause a tower moment for you. But again, you got to look at it from a higher perspective. And I was seeing a hawk earlier as being significant. And, you know, when you think about a hawk, you can look that spiritual meaning up, but it's basically, you know, the hawks fly high in the sky and they have keen eyesight. So it's basically symbolizes looking at things from a higher perspective, like from the divine's perspective, looking down, look at the whole picture as a whole and remove your emotions out of it. Just look at it objectively as much as you can and look at the lessons you were supposed to learn. Look at the evolution of yourself in that soul contract, relationship, job, whatever, and see how you evolve through that and what lessons you learned. And you're being called to look at that right now and try not to repeat cycles because you're going to be testing. But just, you know, make note of the lessons that that particular karmic cycle has taught you and try not to repeat the cycle. With that, I just heard somebody's hurting, like hurting bad in their heart space from an ending. And I just heard recent ending. And when I say recent, it could be a few months ago or something. Or it could be very recently. But that's just what I'm hearing. But it's not, again, it's not a negative thing. I know it feels that way when you're in your emotions. But look at it from a higher perspective. You're being called to look at it from a higher perspective. What has it taught you? How have you grown from that? Try not to attach any negative emotions to that person. You're being called to look at from the higher perspective and remove those emotions and that pain and the blame, pointing the finger at that other person for, you know, the pain that they caused you. Because you're being asked to evolve. And in order to do that, you have to look at things from a different perspective instead of a victim mentality. That what did they do to me? And I know because I'm learning this too myself in my life right now. You know, sometimes we have patterns from our ancestors. We were raised with our parents acting a certain way, treating their spouse a certain way. We grew up seeing that and didn't think anything of it. You know, we knew something was toxic, but then we don't realize sometimes until later in life how we're actually repeating those cycles with our own kids. And you know, we get in that a pattern of pointing the finger at the other person and blaming it all on them, and really not looking at yourself and your patterns and your negative, you know, beliefs about yourself. And that kept you there because that was a lesson you needed to learn. So I feel like somebody needed to hear this. Spirit, what are there any other signs of confirmation before I go to oracles for this collective at this time? Amethyst, you may be called to, that's been coming out lately, you may be called to work with Amethyst for your intuition, improving and clearing your intuition, help in that sense, develop more. See what comes out in this deck that I created. I wrote some messages in. Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective that's watching this at this time for their highest and greatest good that can help them on their journey, what they're going through, some pain from recent separation? You know, I just heard divorce. I just heard that very clearly. But I feel like there may be some people that were married, like I said, that had a partnership together in a business or a couple businesses that I'm picking up on. So again, take it as it resonates. You're just being asked to look at it from a higher perspective and try to detach from, you know, the emotional victimization of it. Look at what it taught you, and you know, love that person. You know, release them to the divine in love and to their highest good. That's what I'm hearing very clearly for somebody to do. Because I feel like somebody got stuck in pain and looking at it from a negative point of view, and you're being asked to change your perspective on that and see how it's, you know, because that's going to raise your vibration just doing that right there. Just that doing that, that's a reality shift in itself right there. Oh, this one came out. Emotional manipulation. Somebody was dealing with some emotional manipulation in a relationship. For sure, that's, you know, the other party, again, karmic cycles, we have to learn from them, that they're there to teach us. We're there to teach each other lessons about ourselves. That's what they're there for, to grow as a soul and develop and learn those lessons, what we will not put up with, what we're worth. We're all being asked to grow at this time. Light worker, you may resonate as a light worker. What else, Spirit? What other signs of confirmation messages for the collective that's watching this at this time? What do they need to hear? Any other signs of confirmation? I might need to get some smaller cards and some thicker cardstock. Any other signs, Spirit? They're so small. Oh, hey, you got two of them. Father wound came out. Somebody may have lost a father or felt abandoned by a father early in life. Or, you know, again, take it whenever it happened. And selenite. You may be called to work with selenite this time. Clear your energy. Also is a good clearing stone for other stones. So if you have other stones, it's a good clearing stone for energy in general. Like it'll help remove negative energy out of environments and your aura and stuff. Oh my goodness, there's 3 of them that just popped out. This has been coming out a lot, you guys. I have like 30 or 40 cards in this deck. Water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer is being significant. This is like 3 days in a row that thing has come out. Rejection wound. So I think it's the same collective or part of it that I've been tapping into here lately. You're working on healing those rejection wounds. I am grieving. This is exactly what I was just picking up on. Somebody's hurting really bad in their heart space. They're grieving the relationship, the loss of the relationship. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. So that's a sign of confirmation that I'm spot on with this. Whoever's hearing this, that one just flew out. The devil. This is the devil energy in the tarot. Which, you know, can be passion, lust, manipulation. You can go look up, if you're not sure what that means, you can go look up the meaning of that and online, and it can tell you, but that's that devil energy. You know, the lustful desires. I think sexual lust just came. Oh, I don't think I was supposed to say that. Hopefully YouTube won't pick that up. Yeah, the fleshly desires, let's put it that way, was very heavy in this relationship that attracted you to this person. Place or thing, but I'm feeling, you know, pretty closely, like pretty strongly right now that it's like more of a relationship now that's coming through. You may resonate as being a healer. Your energy heals people. People come to you naturally for healing, like in random places. They just come up to you, strangers and stuff will come up to you and they'll just tell you a whole bunch of stuff that they don't tell other people normally. Third eye chakra, indigo blue. That's, you know, that's something that I was pulling up on with this amethyst. You may be guided to work with amethyst to help your third eye chakra, you know, improve that connection with your higher self and the divine and get clear intuition and messages coming through. Whoa. Clear quartz could be another stone that you're guided to work with. Clear quartz is it's also an amplifier energy. It's more of an amplifier stone. It can amplify other stones. And I just saw somebody sitting down in a circle with clear quartz, like what do they call that? I forget what they call that. It's like a stone circle or something. I can't remember. There's a name for it. Maybe that's right. I don't remember. But somebody's got like points, and they're putting it. They're sitting down, and Indian style, and they're basically got a circle around them of these clear quartz stones. Portals. You may be a grid worker as well, and called to work with portals in the environment, on ley lines and things like that, shifting portals. That's too many. What else, Spirit? Any other signs out of this deck that I need to give for the collective at this time? Yeah, you're definitely being asked to, whoever's watching this, I feel like a lot of masculine energies lately. I feel like a lot of masculine energies are being pulled to watch me, or I'm just picking up a lot on masculine energy right now. And again, like, if you don't think it's that gender, physical gender, it's whoever's in the masculine energy right now. You may be building, a business as a female, a woman. Maybe building a business, that's masculine energy, But I feel like whoever's in the masculine energy right now, or mostly the masculine, is, healing their heart chakra, grieving a relationship, even a loss of a job or an opportunity. But there's communication coming in, or I take it as it resonates. If you're that person, a cross watcher, you could be pulled and called, and Spirit is guiding you to reach out to. I just heard soul connection. But that's what you're being guided. If you're the cross watcher, or you're resonating for this message, you're being guided to reach out to somebody to make peace and clear up some emotional manipulation that you did to this person. And it was a soul connection. It was a deep soul bond with somebody, and you're being called to make peace with that person. Apologize and make it right, and right the wrong, and reset the karma, something like that. I don't know what I'm getting. Any other messages from this deck, Spirit, that you need the collective to know or see at this time before we move on? Definitely gonna have to get a little bit thicker cards, I think. Any other signs out of this deck, Spirit? Throat chakra came out. That's like communication. Somebody is definitely being guided to communicate, to make peace. And then this came out. Amethyst, sign of confirmation. Boom, right there. You see how many cards I got? That's a sign of confirmation right there. Somebody's being called to work with amethyst to improve their third eye chakra, help cleanse it and heal it and clear it, and crown chakra too, but third eye chakra for sure. And you know what? Thinking about it, selenite, and I'm not sure about this, but what I'm getting is, the crown chakra. I feel like there's masculine working on help, like clearing the third eye chakra, the throat chakra, heart chakras, healing. It's the upper 3 or 4 chakras that he's clearing, or this collective of masculines I'm picking up on. At this time, you're being called to clear that and heal that connection with Spirit, with the divine, and with your higher self, to get clear intuition, to clear messages, confirmations at this time, to move forward with your healing journey, your ascension, and move into your life purpose right now. And part of that is tied to righting this wrong with this soul connection that there was, where you or whoever resonates for this, is emotional. There was emotional manipulation done. And again, you got to remember that the people that people call karmics will a lot of times mirror the lessons that you need to learn where you're treating other people that way. And they will emotionally manipulate you if you're an emotional manipulator. They'll gaslight you. So that's what you're being called to look at, is look at it from a higher perspective. How is that person that you just got out of a relationship with, or you're being called to get out of a relationship, but I feel like what I'm hearing is somebody already exited, like they're gone through a divorce recently, or they're going through a divorce already, or had left that relationship and been divorced for a few months. Were they treating you in that relationship? And then think about how you were treating other people. You're being called to look and reflect on that and try to fix that pattern so it doesn't repeat, especially if you're going to go make peace with this soul tie or this soul bond of this other person that you have a soul contract with, you to right the wrong. Oops, sorry. Hold on a second. That just, twin flame relationship. Look at that. Twin flame relationship is significant. That stood out to me all by itself. It was over all by itself. So I will take that change, 555 change. So you're being asked to, you're going through major changes right now. Any other signs out of this deck, Spirit, that the collective needs to see at this time? Please and thank you. Sorry, this is getting a little bit long. Sorry about that. Anything else out of this deck, Spirit? I just heard one more card. Okay. All right. That was two. So I'm not going to take it. One card, Spirit. So please believe in yourself. You can do it. So you need to believe. And heart chakra came out. Look at that. So we got two of them actually. Heart chakra. All right. So let's see what else comes out in. Okay. I just heard Spirit Oracle. So okay. Oops. And that broken heart just fell down. Woo! The signs and synchronicities in this reading. Woo! Spirit is talking. So, all right, Spirit, what messages do you have for confirmation for the collective at this time for this message? Slow down and take your time. There is no need to rush everything. You are already doing your part. Trust that what belongs in your life is already making its way towards you in divine timing. Any other signs that... Oh, that one just came right out. Your life is about to start moving quickly. That's that 555 change. In some areas, it says. Your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally but sensibly. That's what I was picking up on actually recently in what was the reading yesterday. I think it posted today because I'm recording this at night, the night before. This is going to post Wednesday. Man, everybody is blowing up my phone. I guess it's about time to go. Communication again. That's that phone. That's the incoming phone call. So you might be called to call somebody. Oh, one just fell out. Never allow yourself to be taken for granted. Know your worth. It is better to remove yourself from the situation than to be treated less than you deserve. You are precious. You are worthy. That's what I was saying. And I just got goosebumps on that one. Somebody's being called to remove themselves from people that no longer are on their vibration. They're ascending and they've already learned the lesson and they're just been holding on to it and not moving forward. They've been staying stuck and the divine's coming in with tower moments to move them forward, to assist them in moving forward and orchestrating events to bring things to an end or to a head and end it so you can move forward. So that's what I think the messages that are coming out. Anything else, Spirit? I love that. A confirmation, signs of confirmation from Spirit. Thank you. But yeah, knowing your worth and removing yourself from those situations. That's what you're doing by getting a divorce. Whoever's resonating for this. We see what you are. Okay, this is from Spirit. Okay, we see that you are on the brink of a breakthrough that you have been waiting. You have patiently been waiting for. A situation is about to come full circle. That's what I'm saying. You're ending karmic cycles. I just got goosebumps again. The lessons have been learned. That's exactly what I said. Thank you, Spirit, for signs of confirmation. This is a win-win situation for you. Trust that we are working behind the scenes to ensure the best outcome for you. I just got goosebumps all over myself. So, and I was picking up Archangel Michael and the sword of truth. And oh, I just got goosebumps again for confirmation that's somebody's message. Archangel Michael has been working with you to cut these karmic ties that assist you both to move on, you and this other party, and for your growth. You know, you have to end those cycles, and I feel like somebody's been stubborn and not want to leave their comfort zone and stay hidden behind a mask, you know, put on a false mask to everybody that they're happy when they're not. They have been settling in their life. They're done settling. They know that they're not happy, and they want more fulfillment in their life. They want to be in alignment. The spirit and the divine is calling you to be in alignment, whoever this is for. If you're a cross watcher, I'm feeling like this is a very heavy message for somebody that they need to hear for confirmation. You're being called and guided and pushed even, and Archangel Michael is cutting those ties, those energetic ties and karmic ties to people to assist you in moving forward. Let go of the old. That's what I'm saying. That's the message. Thank you, Spirit. I just got goosebumps again. Let go of the old and make way for the new. You may find yourself being distracted by random thoughts, fears, or doubts. Don't allow yourself to be governed by them. Simply observe and choose to take aligned actions and choices. And there's thunder again. Sign of confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Akashic, I'm going to take a couple from Akashic Truth. This one just fell right out. I'm just going to take it. This message is getting long. Woo. Responsibility. These are hard to read in the little darker area. Fortune refers to more than just monetary and material success. That's what I'm saying. Somebody is losing finances because of this partnership they're leaving behind in this divorce or the end of this karmic cycle. And you'll get it back. The divine will bring it back and then some, is what I'm getting. You know, for ending this karmic cycle and choosing to work on yourself, do that healing work, and choose better for yourself. The divine wants you to be happy. The divine's wanting you to move forward and get better for yourself. But you got to go through this healing and, you know, removing these, you know, ending these toxic cycles. It says, fortune refers to more than just monetary and material success. If you don't appreciate the people in your life now, you won't have them tomorrow. The message encourages you to take personal responsibility and use it to realize your greatest potential. I really think that ties into the message of this person, this masculine, being guided to reach out to this feminine, to this, you know, soul tie, this soul contract person they had a soul contract with, to, you know, fix the karma between them, to right it, the scales coming back in balance, apologize, and, you know, that person has a free will choice whether they want to deal with them or not. But again, you know, look at it from a peaceful, whichever side you're on that situation, look at it from a peaceful perspective. Try to look at it from a higher perspective. Allow the apology and go as however you're guided. And I wouldn't rush into anything. You know, take your time. How do you move forward towards your true life's calling? That's what I was hearing. This masculine is being called to move towards their life purpose with or without this this soul tie person that they're being guided back to make peace and right the wrong and apologize. Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interest if it's piqued by something. Following these routes will help you discover your life's purpose, your interest, things that make you excited. I'm hearing three cards from this. 3 is that's the Trinity right there. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So that's a divine connection. Foxes may resonate for some of you. Brave spirit. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your ideas and pursue your goals with all your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. Yes. Absolutely. Thank you, Spirit. For signs of confirmation, is that it? Thank you so much. Yes, it is. So I'm going to close the reading. Thank you so much for hanging with me. I know this is a long one. The last couple ones have been long. It's just the way it worked out. I appreciate you hanging in with me and being here. Please like, comment, subscribe, however you're guided to help my channel grow. I appreciate all your love and support, and I hope this helped give you some signs of confirmation that you've been, feeling already, because that's what this channel is for giving people signs of confirmation, how to move forward, signs of confirmation that, messages you're hearing are true. That is what the divine, and that's what my hope is. So please let me know if you feel guided to, if this resonates or not, and you can hit the share button and copy link, and you don't have to share it. It'll assist the channel as well. Thank you so much for your love and support, and I leave you in love and light, and take care.